Hi, we're your SG. We're working for you. My name is Scott, and this is Matt Hillary. And basically, your SG is about it. It's kind of in your name. In our name is we're about making the government and the university work for you. I know the previous slide just used that word a lot. It's a really hot word right now. What we're committed to is we're committed to transparency in student government. We're committed to making a process that you can identify with, that you can look to, and we're committed to making sure that that process works for you in the administration. So I'm going to turn it over to my fellow slidemates.
I'm Matt Kennedy. I am a second year in the university currently, and I am running for Vice President for Student Affairs. I feel that I'm uniquely suited to this position, having been involved in over 4 RSOs in my time here on campus. I've been committed to 4 in particular quite extensively. And I think that as Vice President for Student Affairs, I could bring a different perspective to student government, and I think that I've done so far this year. My first year I did not get involved in student government, and I did second year because I found a lot of problems when I became treasurer of an RSO with the way student government was working. This year I was chairman of the New Initiatives Fund, and I want to work to continue to make a lot of things, the ways that RSOs interact with student government, and a lot of the ways that student government works more accessible to students, more open, and give us a voice, and coalesce the student body into a voice that works for you.
Hi, and my name is Kelly Rubin. I appreciate that. I am a first year. I ran for college council my first year because I really believe in student government and what it can do in voicing the opinions of the students in an effective way and bringing about change. I am also the representative for Flint House, my house on Inter-House Council, and I am a debate coach for middle schoolers.
Alright, thank you. So I guess that's the question's going to go. In my college, there is a problem, and that problem is transport. How would you address this problem?
In my college, there's a problem.
Yeah. Transport, yes, 3 minutes.
Okay. Right now, we have a problem with little buses, the short buses, moose party rides, for example. But the problem is they've been using these buses. You're right, that's the problem. The problem is that when I walk down to 53rd and Kimbar to catch the 172, it's full because it's a small bus. And they're trying to change. They changed the way we do transportation on campus by introducing the CTA buses, and it's great, but there's still things to be worked out. And as part, and fortunately, we have a very talented transportation director, Brian Shaw, and fortunately, they're very receptive to student comments. The problem is right now, students don't necessarily know to talk to them. They sometimes talk to us, they sometimes just scream in frustration, and as part of our platform, we're going to promote, basically, we're going to tell you where to complain. We're going to direct it.
And there are specific issues, other issues we need to work on. There's been many complaints about the drum fan, and maybe there aren't enough of them, or perhaps people aren't drunk enough in the drivers, perhaps sometimes there are issues there. There are paradigms for this on other campuses where students perhaps are the ones who are driving a car service around. We need to talk about new ideas and new initiatives and ways that we can look at these things and really look at the feedback we're getting from students, because students are giving feedback. Every one of you received a transportation survey that you should be filling out, and it should be in your email inbox. We need to ensure that there is this direct line of communication, and we need to push that forward. And I think that that's imperative. And I think that we are doing a good job to start hearing what those issues are, and we are going to push them forward. Transportation is always going to be an issue on a campus that is as spread out, as geographically scattered as it is. And as we work towards making that a more cohesive body with transportation systems that really work for students.
For the UPass to pay for itself, it would require 50 trips downtown a year, which is going downtown more than once a week. And so, while it's our understanding that most students don't do that, it's quite possible that most students do, and we just don't have the data yet. So we are very much in favor of the referendum to see what students want, but we also want to make a decision that's economically sound, and we don't want to charge students $200 in addition to their already incredibly high tuition if it's not going to be something that's worthwhile.
Topic here on campus today, especially given the tragedy at Virginia Tech. I think we're all really asking ourselves, about UCPD. Seriously, what UCPD means for us, how safe we are in our community, because it brings up that issue, and we take for granted the cars we see all the time and the blue lights, and we really need to know what's there for us. And the reality is, as you mentioned, we do live on an urban campus, and there are choices you can make to put you in more or less safe places. I rode the red line, 3 a.m. last year, and I had a lot of trouble. And yeah, I know, it was stupid, red line, 3 a.m. But you know, students need to know to make the right choices. Don't walk down on 54th and Kimbar. Right.
I find it very attractive.
Thank you. Don't walk down that far. And then when something does happen, because there is a reality that something is going to happen to someone on this campus, no matter how safe you try to be, that there's resources for them, that you know where to go. I didn't know where to go after I was gone.
And there's a couple practical things that we can do at this point. The streets from 53rd to 55th on Kimbark don't have street lights. That is a problem that we can easily fix, and we should fix right away. The blue light on Shoreland is the wrong side of the entrance. Again, something that we can easily fix. A lot of our peer institutions have also implemented a service in which you can get an employee of the university to walk you home at night. So, as RJ, you were mentioning that you had to walk some of your friends home. It shouldn't be the case that you have to do that. There should be somebody that you can call. And the drunk ban, in addition, should be given proper time estimates. Right now, students sometimes have to wait 10 to 15 minutes to get that. If you are feeling unsafe, and I know I've been in that situation, you should not have to wait.
All right, anyone like a... If elected, what would you like to see changed, improved, or sustained by the end of your term? 1 minute.
I'd say the biggest thing I'd like to see changed is actually kind of ironic in student government. You mentioned that bringing campus together and how we're a very diverse campus, and student government is the opportunity to be the uniting point. But that needs to start internally. We need to make ourselves more transparent. We need to make ourselves more representative. We need to post our minutes. We need to make a blog. We need to make a discussion board. We need to make it a place, a blog. We have a blog. We need to start with ourselves to make sure we can represent you. So that's something that we all have worked in the system. We've frustrated, and we need to keep working.
All right, more than about the A-level. The A-level, we need the A-level, we need an all-night study space that works for everybody. In the meantime, if we can't get back into the A-level, we need to make sure to explore our works with a cafe that is open late and that people will enjoy. Otherwise, why not bring it back here to Hutch? Get better lighting in there, we can make it happen in there. But what the all-night study space was fantastic. It was a place where students came together and where students were able to study if they needed to, and they were able to socialize if they needed to. That needs to come back, all right?